So first let's try to understand some basic things about a set. So first, what is a set, right? That's a very important thing that we need to understand. So set is basically, a collection of elements, right? It could be, those elements could be selected based on certain properties or certain similarities. Let's say if I say there's a set A, which is basically collection of even numbers at less than 20, right? So what will be set? Basically set A elements would be 2. Okay, let me write it like positive even numbers, to make it exactly correct. So A is basically a set of positive even numbers which are less than 20. So 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on up to 18 would be my elements of set A, right? So you could see the list of elements, or you could also see the definition of a set, which would say set is basically, like a set A is defined as collection of all the positive even numbers which are less than 20. So that's basically one way to write. So I write it like this, right? We see brackets, curly brackets with all the elements being listed. Or I could also define set A is equals to set of positive, even numbers which are less than 20, right? That's how we could also define the set. And then, as I said, there will be elements inside a set. So let's say if I know there is an element 2 which is part of set A, right? So basically it's called 2 is element obviously, but I can also say it's a subset of A, right? So let's define another set B, which is basically consisting of elements like 2 and 4, right? So see, the 2 and 4 are already the elements of A, so I can say B is subset of A. That is, every element of B is part of A or set A. That's when I call it B subset of A. That is basically, I would say B is subset of A. We write it like this. That's basically B is subset of A. Then if I want to say that there is one element which belongs to set A, then we write like this: 2 belongs to set A. This is epsilon, is a Greek letter, but we call it belongs to. So this element belongs to set A. Or I can also say 5. Okay, 5 does not belong, right? So 5 does not belong to set A is the way you write it. You cut it off and then you say that it does not belong to set A. So basically just understand set is basically collection of elements, right? I can also have a null set, right? That is also a possibility. That is, there is a set A which has no element in it. And if I define set A as positive numbers, right, less than 0, is there any number which is positive and that is less than 0? No, right? So basically I should put it like this: A is a null set. So basically 5 is the symbol I use. I put that this is a null set, so that I understand, okay, there is no element in this set A, right? So basically just understand set is consisting of some elements which would be coming based on how the set is defined using some definition. There is a possibility for null set also, and there could be multiple sets, and there is something called universal set. So that is basically talked about when I'm trying to define everything in this world is defined in the universal set. So not really like everything. I could also define a new universe which consists of only even numbers, right? Then I'm not worrying about 3, 5, 7, etc. I'll only look at the even numbers. So this is how I define this universe. Just be careful of how the universe is defined. That just depends on the statements given in the question and etc.